Welcome to Indian Indian News. Our guests today are Sudhakaran Prabakaran and Meena Subramanyam. They are heading a session, moderating a session at upcoming TiECON conference on future of technology. They have put together a fantastic set of speakers. And if you really want to know what is going to happen in the world of technology for the next 5 to 10 years, this is the session to attend. And they are in our studio today to give us a preview of that particular session. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Meena, you have been here before.
Yes, thank you for the invitation to be here again.
Excellent. So you tell us, where should we start this conversation? Let's start with you.
Sure. So we both are delighted to be here and share with the India New England News audience about the session that we have put together for the TiECON East Boston conference. So this will be the very first session of the conference. And the tagline that we have for this is emerging technology that will be reshaping the entrepreneurial landscape or the ecosystem. And when we talk about emerging technologies, we are focusing on some things that have the potential to disrupt every business sector. And so from the theme of the conference, which is on a connected entrepreneur, we believe that this session will be not just educational for entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs in the audience, but will also help each of the attendees understand what it will take for them to then understand the potential of these technologies, adopt them, and implement them in their businesses so that they can leverage the advantage that these technologies can bring.
So as far as a common person understands this in a simpler way is that if you are an entrepreneur or you want to have an entrepreneurial career or you are an investor and you want to see, okay, I want to start with this in technology, but I don't know where to start. And this is where they're going to learn that this is what the future is, and you can come and choose.
Exactly. So this is for people who are looking for an opportunity in tech to start something, or for individuals who already have a business running to consider what are those technologies that they need to consider and implement in their business today to be very successful in the future.
You want to add something to this?
That was a great summary. I just want to add that this session talks about technologies that are not out there yet. So when audiences are sitting and listening, they just have to keep an open mind because these are happening as we speak and we don't know the applications for them. So these speakers are going to cover those grounds.
Okay. Now, talking about the speakers, can you talk about some of the speakers who will be in your session?
Absolutely. We are very excited to have a lineup of 4 speakers who are at the cutting edge of many of these technologies. So the first speaker is going to be Ananta Chandrakasan, who is the Chief Innovation and Strategy Officer, as well as the Dean of Engineering at MIT.
And we all know him.
You all know him. And, so I'd hate to put some guardrails on what he will be talking about because he can talk about a lot of things. But some of the things that I think he will be, likely to speak about is time-intensive technologies and resource-intensive technologies. How do you translate these from just the research phase into an implementation at a larger scale? So that's one. Energy efficiency technologies is something else that's his passion. So there's a wide variety of things. But what we are trying to leverage from his talk is to understand where the thinking is in academia, which tends to be always many years ahead, and how can industry catch up with that? So what is that connection that needs to be made between translating these innovative technologies from the bench to actually adopting them in an industrial setting?
I just want to add one more point. So Ananta is also going to talk about his own innovations that is happening in his lab at MIT. Following that, we'll have Mandy Punt, and she's going to be talking about quantum technologies.
Again, we are also very familiar with Mandy Punt as well. Yes, yeah.
So her, the technology that she's leading, how quantum technology is going to change communications, security, and how it's going to become mainstream. So those are the areas that she's going to cover upon. So it's going to be an exciting session. So following
from a
that,
hardware perspective, right? From a computer hardware perspective.
Okay, yeah.
So you said 4 speakers, so we covered 2.
2,
Okay.
yeah.
And do you want to talk about Mark Thurman?
Certainly. So Mark Thurman, he leads the edge computing at IBM, and he'll be talking to us about the potential of edge computing and doing computing on your premises versus cloud computing, how that is essential and necessary to keep up with advances being made in artificial intelligence as well as machine learning and other, exciting developments in data harnessing.
Excellent.
That's great. And finally, we have great innovations coming up in biotech space. We have Sumant Kulkarni talking about CRISPR therapeutics, and he's the CEO of CRISPR Therapeutics, but he's going to talk about the landscape that's changing in biotech, and then as well what is happening in personalized medicine. CRISPR is a technology that is
right. So really advances.
My first question to him at the TiECON will be, how the hell did you get the name CRISPR for your company?
Correct. That's exactly what we were discussing before we just walked in. Yes.
Sure.
So we'll have enough time at the breakout sessions to have these one-on-one conversations. But I do want to highlight what's exciting about it is that advances in genomic technologies is making curative therapies a reality for patients. So far, we've had a lot of chronic medicines that have been transforming the landscape for patients. But with the advances in these technologies, you can now set the vision for what does a cure look like for patients? And so we are excited to close this session with Samar's talk.
How do you look, where do you think that technology will be in the next 10 years?
So if I can put my, thinking cap on, I would say that we are definitely going to be leveraging more of the generative AI technologies, and that's what all the companies are striving to do. Not many companies have completely adopted it. Everybody wants to get there and they're investing resources, but there's a lot more work to do. But that will harness the power of data. I think we leave a lot of value of data on the table these days, but then in the future, we'll be able to really harness the power of data and gain more insights into what the data is telling us, so it can transform not just, say, the healthcare space, but it can transform other business sectors as well.
What about you?
For me, a little beyond generative AI, where things will become specialized AI. In the case of healthcare, there'll be a specialized AI there. In the case of space research, there'll be a specialized AI there, because that is where things are moving towards. For example, in the case of talking to a doctors, real-time AI is converting all the conversations into insurance billing, and then all of that will happen soon. That's exciting.
So now, so that how TiECON is a good predictor of a future of technology, I have a personal story. So it must be 1997, 98, or 99 in that time frame. My wife's cousin Anu Shukla, she was one of the speakers at TiECON. So I had to, of course, go and attend it, and I was there anyway, but I had to attend her session. And in her session, she said that in the future, you will be sitting on a beach and you will be able to order pizza, whatever you want to do that. When she said, there was a laughter in the entire, audience. And I was thinking, I said, she's crazy. How you can do that? And look now what is happening.
Yeah.
So this is a gain if we can get that type of thing at the TiECON in this session. Right. What a wonderful concept it is.
Right. And that's what we are hoping, that the speakers are going to lay out that vision, that bold vision for what the future can be. And because my expertise is in the healthcare space, I'm, qualified to speak only about that. I'm not, I don't want to claim expertise in other areas, but definitely in the healthcare space, there's a lot of opportunity, as I said, to design medicines that are going to be curative for individuals, to really understand at the molecular level what is contributing to diseases, and therefore being able to tailor the medicine. So more of the personalized medicine approach.
Excellent. Now, before I let you guys go, tell us a little bit, just one sentence about you, what you do, and
I am leading a early stage biotech company. It's called NonExomics. I also teach at Northeastern University. So that's my background.
And what your company does?
We look at the so-called dark genome and mine for potential therapeutic targets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Meena, what about you?
I work at Takeda Pharmaceuticals. I'm in the oncology division, and my role is to develop strategies to move promising therapies from the preclinical phase through clinical development into commercialization. So I'm very vested in creating transformative medicines for patients.
Very good. Thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed chatting with you.
Thank you.
And all the best of the TiECON. I'm sure we'll see you there.
Thank you, Mishraji.